Water moves all around. If you were in a spaceship looking down at Earth, you would see that most of Earth is covered by water. Almost all water on Earth is in the oceans. Ocean water is salt water, which contains salt, of course. It is too salty for us to drink. However, many life forms live in salt water. Only a tiny part of Earth's water is fresh water. Fresh water has very little salt in it. We need fresh water to drink. Many plants and animals need fresh water too. Rivers and lakes contain fresh water, but most of Earth's fresh water is frozen. Ocean water. Water is needed for life. About 3/4 of Earth is covered by water. Most of that water is in the oceans. Icebergs are made up of fresh water. Most of Earth's fresh water is frozen in glaciers at the South Pole. That's why it's important to conserve the fresh water that is not frozen. Fresh water flows in this waterfall. Much of Earth's fresh water is above ground, but some fresh water is underground. This lake contains fresh water. Lakes provide drinking water to many animals. Most plants need fresh water. Many kinds of fish, frogs, snails, and other animals live in and around fresh water. 3 forms of water. Water is a kind of matter. It can exist as a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Ice is solid water. Icebergs are small chunks of ice in the ocean. Glaciers are huge blocks of ice. Some glaciers are as big as whole countries. Most of Earth's fresh water is ice. Ice melts to make liquid water. Liquid water is found in the oceans, rivers, streams, ponds, and even underground. When water exists as a gas, it is called water vapor. Water vapor is in the air we breathe. You cannot see water vapor. States of water. Water vapor. Air is a mixture of gases. One of these gases is water vapor. You can't see water vapor. The space between the clouds has water vapor in it. Liquid water. Liquid water fills the oceans, lakes, and streams. Clouds are made of small droplets of liquid water. Fog, mist, and falling rain are also liquid water. Ice. This glacier is an example of ice, Earth's solid water. Glaciers cover land that is close to the North Pole and the South Pole. They also cover some mountains. Changing states. Water changes states. For example, liquid water can change to ice and to water vapor. What causes water to change state? Water changes state when it is heated or cooled. When enough heat is added to ice, it becomes liquid water. This change of state is called melting. The reverse of melting is freezing. When liquid water gains enough heat, it evaporates to become water vapor. Evaporation is the change of state from a liquid to a gas. When water vapor loses enough heat, it changes back to liquid water. The change of state from a gas to a liquid is called condensation. Condensation and evaporation are opposite processes. For water vapor to condense, it needs something to condense on. Even the drops of water in clouds have condensed on tiny pieces of dust. When water vapor in the air touches the cold cup, it loses heat and forms droplets of liquid water on the cup. The wet footprints shown here will change to water vapor as they are heated by the sun's energy. After a cool night, you may wake up to find water droplets called dew covering the grass. This happens when water vapor in the air that is directly above the cool ground forms water droplets on the grass. The water cycle. Water is always moving. In fact, water moves continuously from Earth's surface to the atmosphere and back to Earth. The sun heats the ocean. This causes water to evaporate and become water vapor. The water vapor mixes with other gases and moves high up in the air. As the water vapor rises, it cools. If it loses enough heat energy, it condenses to form water droplets in clouds. This water can fall back to earth as precipitation. Precipitation can be rain, sleet, snow, or hail. The type of precipitation that falls depends on the temperature of the air around it. After water falls, it moves across land. Some water flows underground. This is called groundwater. Groundwater, surface water, flow back to the ocean. More water in the ocean is heated and evaporates again. This never-ending movement of water between Earth's surface and the air is called the water cycle.